Hello there. We are going to do some story problems together. And the main thing that I want us to focus on when we're looking at these story problems again is how to model these, how to create a picture or something that we can look at that would show what's happening in the story. We're also going to do some equations to match up with these. We're going to do two different problems that are on your Home Connections pages. So this is the page. It is page 128 in your Home Connections book. You should have that book in front of you. The other thing we're going to use some of our apps that have what's called manipulatives or pieces that we can use. I put them in your agenda. So here's your agenda for today. We are on Thursday, 5/14, and I put in here number frames to model with, and for the second problem, you're going to have money pieces, okay? Money pieces. Okay, this is you guys can watch how I put it in there. Go like that. And then I put it in there. Okay, so number frames to model with, and the other thing is the money pieces. So for our first problem, we're going to use these number frames like we've used before. First, I'm going to read the problem. We're going to think about what's happening in this story and what do we need to show so that we can solve it. And it's not really just about putting the number on the page that is the answer. This is about making a model so that we could start working with more and more complicated story problems and keep track of what's going on with models over time. This is what we will do with our math brains. All right. So this 4 just means it's question number 4 because this was the second page of these 2 pages of work. So we're going to ignore that 4 completely. And I'm going to read it while you follow along. James had 17 baseball cards. He gave 9 of them to Andre. Who has more baseball cards now? James or Andre? How many more? Show your work. So I'm going to read that again while you make a picture in your mind of what is happening in this story. So James had 17 baseball cards. Let's just picture them sitting in a living room on a floor. And Andre doesn't have any. James has 17. He gave 9 of them to Andre. So James is going to have to subtract some of his. Who has more baseball cards now? James or Andre? So James is the one who gave some away. Andre is the one who got some. So let's see. I am thinking about a model like this. So here it starts off with dots and they started off red, but I changed them. I wanted green today. And I wanted them to be these squares so that they would look like baseball cards. I'm only going to use the green ones on the top today. Here I'm going to pick up a frame so that I can put my baseball cards into something. Let's think, is a 5 frame going to work? James started off with 17 baseball cards. That's not going to work. Is a 10 going to work? Maybe if I put 2 of them. Is a 20 going to work? Let's try the 20. And we're going to just look at our problem one more time. James had 17 baseball cards. So we're going to just start by modeling that. So I'm going to need a 10. 5 more gives 15. And then 2 more. So I'll keep track of my thinking. I'm going to pick up a pen. I'm going to make it green. And I'm going to write a J for James. So this is all of James's baseball cards right there. Let's see what I should model next. He gave 9 of them to Andre. Let's give Andre a place to keep his cards. See how it went right on top? I'm going to slide it down. So you guys might need to practice with that. I'm going to make sure I keep track of this. This is where Andre's cards are. Now I'm wondering, I'm going to put my pen down. Would this make sense for me to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Is that matching my story? I'll read it again. It said, James had 17 baseball cards. He gave 9 to Andre. What you might be thinking right now is that that does not make sense to just take 9 from a stack and give them to Andre. Where did they come from? We need to take them away from James and give them to Andre, because that is what's happening in the story. So I'm going to need to, I have to move my little guy. I need to get rid of these. That is not really how the story went. Didn't do that. And put these just out of the way, okay? I guess I could delete them. We'll get rid of them so that we don't have to look at them at all. Doesn't make sense to just take 9 from some other pile on the floor. That's not what happened. All right, James had 17. It's a challenge problem, but I think all of you can do it. We're going to do it together. This time, I picked up a different app. I picked up the money pieces because this is a problem about money, okay? So here's how the money looks. It shows us that $1 is worth 100. There's 100 squares here if you count them one by one. We're going to count them by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. For a quarter, for 25, a quarter is worth 25 cents. So the back of it has 25 spaces, but it has 5 rows of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I could even use it to cover up to show that it takes 4 quarters to equal 100, or to be the same as $1. Okay, so all of that is very movable. I have dimes that are worth 10, nickels that are worth 5, and pennies that are worth 1. Okay, so that is how these work. I'm going to bring out $1 and I'm going to read this problem. There are lots of ways to solve this. Lots of ways. It says, Terry went to the school store. She gave the clerk a $1 bill. Here's the $1 bill. She got 30 cents back in change. What might she have bought? Find 3 possible answers. Show your work. We're going to have to break this into some parts. So she went to the store. She gave the clerk $1. The clerk gave her back 30 cents. So we have to figure out, how much did she spend? If she got 30 cents back, I'm going to use green for money. So we know she started off with $1, which is 100 cents, right? The clerk gave her back 30 cents. So what is the part of the dollar that she spent? First, want you to think about it, make a prediction, say what you think it is out loud. So if she started with $1 and she spent 30 cents, if she started with $1 and the clerk gave her 30 cents back, how much did the clerk keep? So what was the other part? That was the part that she spent. So let's see. We're going to cross off the 30 cents that she got back and see what the clerk still has. 10, 20, 30. Okay. Here's the 30 that she got back, which means the rest is what she spent. So while I'm coloring this, you can start counting by rows of 10. How much did she spend? And do my best to block off all 30 of the cents that she got back. It's not easy to draw very well on these, but you guys could do the best that you can. Just like I am. I'm trying not to draw color over too many of them. So let's say 10, that dot is for that whole row. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, were you thinking that he spent 70 cents? 70 cents. Okay, now I am going to, whoopsies, need my eraser. Read the next part of this problem, okay? And I'm going to see, what is this asking me? So we know she spent 70 cents. But this is saying she gave the clerk $1. She got 30 cents back in change. What might she have bought? Find 3 possible answers. This is the school store price list. Markers cost 25 cents each. Tablets, which is a little notebook, cost 30 cents each. Erasers cost 10 cents each. Pencils cost 20 cents each. And folders cost 15 cents each. So we know from what we saw before that she spent 70 cents. She spent exactly 70 cents. So what could she have bought? What are the different combinations or different things? There are lots and lots of combinations. We're going to do one together. So let's see. Could she have bought some markers? So markers were 25 cents each. Let's see. Whoops, I have to put my pen down. I'm going to erase that line. I always have to remember to put the pen down or it draws again. Now it's down. Okay. So I know that markers were 25 cents each. So let's see. Did she have enough to buy at least one marker? Yes. But she spent more money than that. So we know she didn't just buy one marker. Let's see. Could she have bought 2 markers? 25 and 25. A marker and a marker is 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. But we know she spent more than 50 cents. We know she spent 70. So she's still got to spend 10, 20 more cents. So let's look back at the price list. What could she spend 20 more cents on? She could buy 1 pencil, or she could buy 2 erasers. Let's see. I'm going to have her buy 1 pencil with 20 cents. 10, 20. I'm going to pick up a marker and I'm going to show, look at that. It covered exactly 70, didn't it? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. It did. So this 25 cents was for a marker. This 25 cents was for a marker. And this 20 cents here, like all of this, 20 cents, was for a pencil. So I could show that if she went to the store and had $1, but the clerk gave her 30 cents back, that means she spent 70 cents. And one combination that she could have done was to do 2 markers and 1 pencil, right? That would be 25 plus 25. That's 50 so far, plus 20 more. Am I going to draw on my face? Let's see. I better move myself over. And it equaled 70 when we put all of those number pieces on. 2 markers and 1 pencil was one way. There are many ways because look at this. Erasers are 10 cents. So if she was spending 70 cents, she could have bought 7 erasers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to clear that. And you could do it again and see if you could find 2 more ways that she could have spent her 70 cents or her money at the store. All right, don't go spending all of your money in one place.